Most drivers never question the number on the door sticker. They open the door, see 32 pounds per square inches, fill to 32, and drive away. End of story. But here is the problem. That number is not wrong. It is just misunderstood. And misunderstanding tire pressure can cost you money, reduce grip, and shorten tire life. Not because 32 pounds per square inches is bad, but because people treat it like a magic number. It is not magic. It is a baseline. Let's clear something up first. The door sticker is accurate. It was tested by engineers. It matches your car's weight, the factory tire size, and safety rules. It is not outdated. It is not random. It is not a leftover rule from the 1980s. Air still works the same way. Physics did not change. So if the sticker is correct, what is the issue? The issue is context. That number assumes your car still has the same tire size, normal daily driving, average passenger weight, and no major changes to the vehicle. Real life is rarely average. PSI means pounds per square inch. It measures air pressure inside the tire. Air is what holds your car up, not the rubber. The rubber contains the air. The air carries the load. When pressure is correct, the tire supports weight evenly, and the tread sits flat on the road. When pressure is too low, the sidewalls flex more, and the edges of the tread carry more load. When pressure is too high, the center of the tread carries more load. That affects grip, wear, and ride comfort. Heat changes pressure. Air expands when it gets hot and shrinks when it gets cold. If you set 32 pounds per square inches in the morning, after highway driving, it may read 36 or 38. That is normal and expected. The sticker number is for cold pressure. Cold means the car has been parked for hours and driven less than 1 mile. Never bleed air from a hot tire. It will drop too low when it cools. For every 10 degrees Fahrenheit change, pressure changes about 1 pound per square inch. When winter comes and it gets 30 degrees colder, your 32 pounds per square inches becomes 29. Nothing looks wrong, but you are now underinflated. Low pressure increases rolling resistance, so the engine works harder, and fuel economy drops slightly. Low pressure also increases flex in the sidewall. More flex means more heat over time. Modern tires are strong. They will not fail from being 2 pounds per square inches low, but long-term neglect causes damage. Heat breaks down rubber bonds and weakens internal belts. That is why regular checks matter. Not panic, not fear, just routine checks. A good set of tires can cost $800 or more. Even small pressure errors can affect tread life. If you run 4 to 5 pounds per square inches low for months, you may lose noticeable tread life. It may not destroy the tire, but it will shorten its lifespan. That means replacing tires earlier. Pressure also affects how the car feels. Low pressure makes steering softer and response slower. Braking distance may increase slightly. High pressure makes the ride harsher. You feel bumps more, and the car may feel twitchy. Grip depends on the contact patch, which is the part touching the road. Too low and the edges work harder. Too high and the center works harder. Even wear across the tread is the goal. Now here is where things change. If you replaced your tires with the same size and load rating, the sticker still applies. Many people think new tires mean new pressure. That is not true. If size and load rating match, stick with factory pressure. But if you changed size, installed larger wheels, switched from 17-inch to 19-inch wheels, or moved to all-terrain tires, things can change. Different tires have different load ratings, sidewall stiffness, and internal design. The correct pressure depends on load capacity. Every tire has a load index. That number shows how much weight it can carry. Car makers choose pressure based on required load support. If your new tire can carry more load at lower pressure, you may not need the same PSI. If it carries less load at lower pressure, you may need slightly more PSI. This is not guesswork. Tire makers publish load tables that show how much weight a tire carries at each PSI. If you change size, check the load index and compare it to factory spec. That is the correct way to adjust. Not random increases, not internet myths. Some cars list 2 pressures on the sticker, one for normal load and one for full load. Full load means 5 passengers and cargo. Rear tires often require more pressure when fully loaded. Check your door sticker and owner's manual. Do not guess. If your car only lists 1 pressure, it already accounts for safe operation under rated load. You may see 44 or 51 pounds per square inches on the tire sidewall. That is the maximum safe limit at maximum load. It is not your target. Filling to max when not needed reduces ride comfort, may reduce grip, and increases center wear over time. Always use vehicle-based pressure as your base. TPMS stands for Tire Pressure Monitoring System. It warns when pressure drops about 25% below spec. If your spec is 32 pounds per square inches, the warning may trigger around 24 pounds per square inches. That is already very low. Do not rely only on the warning light. Use a manual gauge monthly. Digital gauges are cheap and accurate. 10 minutes once a month is enough. Common mistakes are simple. Checking pressure after driving gives a false reading because heat raises pressure. Ignoring seasonal changes leads to low PSI in winter and high PSI in summer. Using the sidewall max as your target causes harsh, ride, and uneven wear. Never rotating tires leads to uneven tread wear that pressure alone cannot fix. A tire that is extremely underinflated for long periods can overheat at highway speed. That increases failure risk, but being 2 pounds per square inches off will not cause instant disaster. Modern tires are built with safety margins. The real danger is neglect. Driving for months at 20 pounds per square inches without checking pressure is dangerous. Running correct pressure reduces that risk. Lower pressure feels softer. Higher pressure feels firmer. Car makers choose a balance between comfort, grip, and efficiency. Performance cars may use higher PSI for sharper response. SUVs may use different front and rear pressures due to weight balance. Front-engine cars carry more weight in front, which is why front and rear PSI often differ. Uneven wear is not always pressure. If one edge of the tire wears faster, it may be camber or toe alignment. Pressure affects both edges evenly. Alignment often affects one side. Do not blame PSI for every wear issue. Low pressure increases rolling resistance. The effect is small per PSI, but it is real. Over a year of driving, small losses add up. Correct pressure improves efficiency and braking consistency. The smart approach is simple. Check that tire size matches factory spec. Set cold pressure to the door sticker. Check monthly. Adjust for large temperature swings. If you change tire size, check load index and manufacturer tables, that is it. 32 pounds per square inches is not a scam. It is not a trap. For many cars, it is correct. For modified cars, it may need adjustment. The key is understanding why tires are your only contact with the road. 4 small patches of rubber carry thousands of pounds at highway speed. They deserve attention, not fear or guesswork, just awareness. Blind trust is not smart. Blind rejection is not smart either. Use the sticker as your base. Use logic for your situation. Check your pressure this week. It costs nothing. It takes minutes. It protects your tires, your fuel budget, and your safety. That is how smart drivers think. If this helped you see tire pressure differently, hit like and subscribe for more real car advice. See you in the next one.